Hello everyone, today I want to show you what it will look like with the Oakley Frogskins. This is the 35th anniversary. It is model number 9444 in color 02, the matte black. I'm going to install Bob's Photofusion Extra Grey lenses with the Duravision Platinum. This is freeprescriptionlenses.com, where everyone loves a bargain and no one is disappointed with quality. I am the hardest working optician in the industry. My name is Seymour Better, but call me Mo Better. Come on, I'm going to have you see Mo Better look and Mo Better and show everyone else how I bring that loving feeling when I cut Bob's. Now, for the rest of this video, Bob will be known as Bob since 1981. And he wants me to give a shout out to the hardest in, that is H-A-R-D-E-S-T, the hardest in Manford. Now, I'm not touching that. But maybe a good shout out since he requested it. This is what the frame looks like. It comes with a little plastic sleeve on the left temple to protect the temples from rubbing together during shipping. This is the Oakley cleaning cloth / carrying bag that comes with this frame, the 35th anniversary. Now, Bob has great time. Bob, since 1981, has great timing. He bought this right before a price increase from Oakley. This frame is $156. It is now like $161 or $163. So, well played, sir, for your purchase. And let me thank him by, this is about his 4th or 5th purchase from me, so thank you very much for your repeat business. Let me go ahead and begin by popping out the original demo lenses of your Oakley 9444, your 35th anniversary frame, and the Frogskins. I'm going to put your frame into the tracing element of my blocker, assign it a barcode number, so that years from now, by the way, Bob since 1981 lives in Broken Arrow, Oklahoma. How cool of a name is that? But years from now, should he ever need new lenses sent to his home in Broken Arrow, I can send them right there. I'm going to hit the start button. A little stylus is going to pop up, go around, trace the inside bevel of the right side of the frame before doing the same thing on the left. Here at freeprescriptionlenses.com, where everyone loves a bargain and no one is disappointed with quality. You buy any frame that I offer, and you'll receive one free pair of clear single vision prescription lenses or non-prescription fashion lenses. My receipt has my federal ID tax number, so if you have vision insurance or unused health savings account flex dollars, you'll get reimbursed for this purchase. Now, I do not accept any vision insurance plans, so I can provide to you upon request an itemized receipt that you can file with your insurance company for your out-of-network reimbursement. Same thing goes for the HSA flex spending accounts. You will get the full reimbursement from your health savings account or flex dollars with the receipt that I can provide to you. So that is the shape that I'll be cutting. I'm going to move on to the next screen. Enter the pupillary distance, which is 68 divided by 2 is 34 for each eye. I want to move the optical center up to 25. Let me mark that for the paperwork. I'm going to go 2 above center. Do it at 25. I need to take your right lens, which reads plano minus 250 at 178, plano minus 250 at 178. Let's put the power drum on 0, which happens to be plano. Turn the axis wheel to 178. Take the lens out of the packet. Place the lens that has Photofusion Extra Grey and Duravision Platinum into my lensometer. Rotate until the spherical power comes into view first. And, hang on, let me see something here. Let me see something here. Always get quiet when I'm concentrating. That's my tell. If you notice in most of my videos, I'm not quite that often. So I'm barely concentrating. Let me just get everything lined up exactly as such. He has no power on the 180 meridian, so I want to make sure that I've got these centered just right. You know, ironically, his PD is 68, but it almost does not even matter, because since he has no power on the 2 degrees away from the 180 meridian, I'll explain that later, but it's just hard to find the optical center of his lenses, because when there's no power, how do you find the center? Now, I always like to highlight the packets. He's getting the right Photofusion Extra Grey with the Duravision Platinum Anti-Glare in his power. That is the right. I'm going to do the same thing now for the left. Write everything down so he knows he's getting the manufacturer's original packaging. Now, let me recap. I know it's a bad joke, but you'll be telling it tomorrow. Hey, get off of there. Get off of there. I work alone. So, same axis, same power, 178. Same issues I'm going to have doing the left eye. Let's just go ahead and use the center of the lens, shall we? I know we'll be able to do it that way. Keep looking. I keep looking like something's going to happen. All right. Let's put 3 dots on that lens. Let me darken that so those of you at home can see. Put an L on there. And, oh, you thought I was going to say, yeah, see, I'm a little bit unpredictable. So, this is a block, or as I like to call it, Jenny from the block. I need to attach this to your lens while it is cutting. So I've got 2 double-sided adhesive stickers, of which I've got them here. The black side is the sticky side. Put the first one onto the platform. Put the sticker on the second one. Pull the paper away to make the black side sticky. That silver button on the back is a magnet. It's going to do a job twice. The first time it's going to attach itself to another magnet there in the arm. And the reason why I put those 3 dots on there, it tells me that it's oriented in there just perfectly, because all of his prescription is astigmatic, meaning there's no power for farsighted or nearsighted. It's only for his astigmatism, which makes him squint. You know, the squinty guy from Broken Arrow, Oklahoma. Hit that button, the arm's going to come down, place the block onto the right lens. We're going to do the same thing now for the lens that ain't right, which I can identify with because I ain't right neither. Pull the paper away, make the black side sticky, line up the magnet, same optical center height, same pupillary distance. Same way to get the lenses lined up. Make sure the lens is large enough, and it is. Hit that button, the arm comes down, places the block onto the left lens. So we got the tracer, the blocker. This is what's known as the edger. It weighs 40,000 pounds. It weighs, let's try this, yeah. It costs $40,000, weighs 200 pounds. And I recommend everyone buy their own, put them on your kitchen counter. Then you can be forgetful and cut your own lenses at home, and you won't need this guy with the 2 thumbs to do it for you. But the actual cutting wheel is this diamond crystal wheel that's going to grind away your lens material. This wheel in the center is going to put the V-shaped bevel onto the lens, so it stays inside the bevel of the frame. In fact, let me try one more thing. All right, so I'm going to pull up transfer the data from here to here. Job ID 3758. 3758. These are polycarbonate lenses, but I'm not going to polish the edge of the lens, but I am going to cut it manually. See, it's on the automatic thing. I'm actually going to manually tell it where to place the bevel. So I'm going to place the magnet into the chuck, or as I like to call it, the Charles, because I just don't know this machine well enough to call it chuck. I'm going to start calling it the hardest in Manford. Alright, so I'm sure I didn't pronounce that right either. Oh, look at that door, Secret Agent 2840. I needed to clean that. But it ain't going to happen today. So the lens is going to be traced by 2 white styluses, making sure it's large enough to go around and trace the right side of the frame. Now it's measuring the thickness of the lens on the second go round to determine where to place the bevel, of which I shall decide now. And so over here, if you can imagine taking the lens, starting at the center and butterflying it, so instead of round, it's now opened up like this, vertically. I can't turn my arm that enough. I did a lot of gardening this week and I'm still sore. And then I said, wah, wah, wah. Alright, so I'm only working today because of the ibuprofen has kicked in. So, but this tells me the thickness of the lens at every point, but I want to try and move the bevel. We're going to keep it at, and let me go ahead and make a note in red, as I always do, cutting on 0.9 front bevel. So in the future, should I need to cut new lenses for this frame, it tells me exactly where to place it. Go ahead and hit the start button. The cutting wheel is going to start up. The water will begin spraying from the back of the machines. It's there to catch the optical sawdust. Because polycarbonate lenses cut dry. I know this is a little repetition, but hang with me. This might be someone's first time seeing it. The water's there because polycarbonate lens is cut dry, meaning that no water sprays onto it while it's cutting, unlike plastic, high-index plastic, and Trivex, which are different lens materials that do have water spraying on them constantly. Now, water will spray onto these lenses, but just to wash away any optical debris that you may see beginning to form. You would see that if the door were cleaner, Secret Agent 2840, but now water will spray onto these lenses, but only at the end. But his lenses are made out of polycarbonate, which is 40% thinner and lighter than regular plastic. You know what's coming. Always tap them on the counter. These lenses are unbreakable and high-impact ballistics grade. The same lens material that our soldiers wear overseas in combat zones to protect their eyes from shrapnel, from flying debris. It has 100% UVA and UVB protection built into the lens. We know what the sun's harmful ultraviolet rays can do to your skin, where your eyes are 8 times more sensitive than your skin. So unlike the lotions, creams, and sprays that have to be reapplied every couple hours when you're in direct exposure to the sun there in Broken Arrow, Oklahoma, this is permanent and never needs to be reapplied. Now, if you notice, the edge is flat like a nickel. If I were to take it out now, it would stand up on the counter on its own, but it's about to drop down onto the bevel wheel. Too bad you can't see that through the dirty door, but it's getting the V-shaped bevel. Now, Zeiss has partnered with the American Cancer Society because it offers the most complete amount of UV protection. Speaking of protection, it also has 50 to 70% blue light protection built in because of the photochromic extra gray attributes. The Duravision Platinum Anti-Glare is 3 features in one. The first feature is it reduces glare when driving at night, particularly driving at night in the rain. But from street lights, stoplights, computer screens, overhead fluorescent lights, and such. The second feature is that it reduces reflection. So when someone's looking at you, they're not looking at their reflection in your glasses, so it makes for much better eye contact. The third feature, the practical side, is it comes with the industry's hardest scratch coating. The machine that applies the anti-glare costs well over $1 million and takes over 24 hours to vaporize 8 different coatings onto your lens. So because of the time and the expense, they put the industry's hardest scratch coating on there to protect your time and investment. So out came the bevel wheel, which is a very fine grit, smaller wheel that's applying the safety bevel to the back surface of the lens only. Why only the back surface of the lens? I'm glad you asked. But first, let me open this door with my mind. I can do other things with my mind. I can melt ice with my mind. I just got to stare at it for a couple hours and then I can get it to melt. So, try the lens off. Get all the optical sawdust off the back of the lens that the water did not get. It's coming, it's coming, it's coming. Let's check the front of the lens too. And once I'm satisfied that all of it is off your lens and onto the counter, I collect it neatly into one pile. And then I wipe it on the floor. My wife hates that. Why do you show people that you make a mess? Mostly because it bothers her. And after you've been married this long, if you can just get a jab in at your wife, it's all worth it. So, the reason why I put the safety bevel on the back of the lens, you ask, is because if the lens were too large, and we're about to find out, I don't want any rough edges, even though the front of the lens isn't rough. This is extra smooth on the back. I want everything to be nice and smooth when I press down. So I'm going to tuck it in at the outside corners using my thumbs. Yeah, see, it doesn't want to go in. So I'm going to back it off. Back off, buddy. About 1/10 of a millimeter. Place the magnet back into the Chuck, the Charles, the Bob since 1981. Hit the retouch button. By the way, all the lenses starting tomorrow will be mercury free and not have any radioactive contaminants on there. Bob's getting the very last pair. So the only problem with the radioactive lens, it makes your hair fall out. And actually Bob got that before because look, all of his hair is gone. Although I'm not that far behind him. I shaved off all my winter coat to have the short hair, but he's wearing his Ray-Ban 6378s with the Photofusion Extra Grey and the silver flash mirror, the white silver. Look at that. That mirror is so good. You can see the rocks in his yard, his landscaping, his driveway, both cars in there, and which phone that he wears, and how exactly, well, he holds the phone exactly like I do. So, but that's pretty good. I bet his beard is longer unless he shaved it off. But that's Bob since 1981. Showing Broken Arrow exactly how glasses are to be made. So you know I gotta send out another selfie request for you for this frame. You gotta send me that one. You just gotta, you gotta. Or get the hardest in Manford to send me his selfie. Although maybe that's something I don't want to see. I don't know. I don't know. So, take the lens back out. Let's see if it fits second time around. But that's why I put the safety bevel on the back, because I want everything to be nice and smooth when I press down and have it pop in like that. So, I'm going to flip this over to L. Place the magnet into the Chuck, the Charles, the Chucky Roo-Roo, or the hardest in Manford. That's just fun to say. Alright, the door closes. It's a little bit cleaner this time after it's been washed. That reminds me, I need to take a bath. So yeah, the lens is going to be traced again by the two wide styluses. You can see as it's going around tracing the shape of the left lens. And checking where to place the bevel, although I'm going to override it and tell it where to. It's going to wait on me. I've already programmed it in there. I'm going to cut it at 0.9 and go. So the cutting wheel is going to start up. I'm going to take the block off, pull the sticker away, dry that off with my hand, add to my sticker collection. Look at that baby grow. I should auction this off, but it's going to be so heavy to ship. Hey. I just had a suicidal sticker jump off, but I'll get it later. My thighs are burning so bad from all the gardening I did yesterday. I'm not picking that up today. I have to put this on there to protect the wall. It kept pulling off paint off the wall. So, come down here to the lensometer. Still on axis 178. Put it in over that black dot, although it doesn't even matter. And I'm getting Plano, which is 0, which people in Texas call a city, but the unit of measurement we use is called a diopter, D-I-O-P-T-R, starts at 0, Plano, and goes up in there. So Bob, since 1981, needs no minification or magnification, but he does have 2.5 diopters of astigmatism, as I affectionately call it, crazy stigs, anytime it's over 2 diopters, which is just about even 2 is above average, but Bob is above average in many ways. This time it happens to be his astigmatism correction. So uncorrected astigmatism makes 6s and 8s look alike, or the letters P and F. Think of it as the fine-tune knob. We turn that fine-tune knob to 178. A straight line is 0 to 90 to 180. So we're going to turn it just at the 178. We're going to stop right before clink, we hit 180. So what's unique, he has the same axis in both eyes, same power in both eyes. He has 2.5 diopters in his right eye. Let's check that. Look at that, 2.5, right between 2 and 3. He has exactly 2 in his left eye. So that's all we're correcting for. That way he won't squint when he's outside. The other nice thing about anti-glare, with lenses without anti-glare, when he looks at a light source, he will see spikes coming out in every direction, or in aurora around the moon, there'll be circles around a light source. They keep, rings, just like if you drop a pebble in the water, the rings that keep coming out, that's what he sees around light source. But with anti-glare coatings, that is greatly reduced. The other thing, this is what my special power is. I bend light for a living. This is his retina. This is a pupil where the light comes in. When it comes in from every direction, it's going to come in and scatter and hit the back of his retina, and that's what's causing the aberrations. And so the lenses bend the light coming in and keep it in a straight line focused on his macula, essentially on the circle of least confusion. That is a real term. Google that. Hit pause. Circle of least confusion. And that's why he sees clearly when everything is put together. So instead of having the light come in and scatter all over his retina, I am bending it and having it focus in one point, being a pencil or a beam of light. Light itself is both a beam and a particle, a light wave, a wave and a particle. You name someone else that does it. That's pretty impressive to have on a resume. Yes, I can be both a particle and a beam of light. Okay, you're hired. All right, so I'm going to tuck this in at the outside corner, push down. Come on, all right, so I'm going to do this different. I'm going to start at the nasal. This is the little sharper point. I'm going to start there and go around the other edges, and then it snaps in easily. Take the block off, pull the sticker away, dry that off with my hand, add to my sticker collection dramatically. Na 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 na. Bump. Hey, he paid for this video. I gotta give him his money's worth. After how many videos, how many pairs of glasses have you purchased from me? We're staying on the 178 Meridian. Check the power. Getting 0, getting nothing. You got nothing there, Bob, since 1981. Check the power, and we're getting -2, so that is cut perfectly. We're going to measure the PD, and I'm getting about 65 versus the 68, but again, there's no power there, so that's how that happened. I'm going to go ahead and clean this off. Now, this is the portion every video that as I clean your lenses, I mentioned there's free shipping anywhere in the U.S. and Broken Arrow, Oklahoma is in the U.S. But when you get these in the mail, there's a small chance these could fit too loose or too tight. However, there's a 80% chance that one side is going to sit higher than the other. That's because 80% of people have one ear that is higher than the other. And because of that statistic, 99% of all optical shops will do free adjustments if you ask them. But I'm going to get them in standard alignment, also known as a 3-point stance. The 3 points are 1, 2, and the bottom of the frame being 3. Hang on, more optical sawdust. Get off of there. Get off of there. So I'm going to press down. There is no wobble. When I say wobble, when I take mine off and press down on the counter, they wobble on the counter, but they sit level on me because I am in that 80%. If you're in that 80%, just stop by your local place and tell them if it's too loose or too tight or high on one side. They'll know what to do. So let me flip this over, press down. There is no wobble. Close each temple to make sure they overlap perfectly, and they do. Then neither temple is askew. I want to go ahead and, this is what they look like clear. I'm going to go ahead and expose them to a strong burst of ultraviolet light. As you can see, it takes about 30 to 45 seconds for photochromic lenses to darken. A little bit more when you come back inside, a minute to a minute 15. Now, everyone pay attention. This is important. All photochromic lenses will get dark on day 1 and continue to darken every day for the first couple of weeks they're exposed to the sun. After that, they will work for years at maximum performance. The only time they won't work is if you're behind the windshield of a car. Your windshield absorbs the sun's harmful ultraviolet rays that would cause your dashboard to crack from sitting in the sun all day, and that's why they don't turn dark in a car. Now, having said that, these Photofusion Extra Grey will get 30 to 50% dark behind a windshield. The regular Photofusions in gray, brown, green, or blue, or the Transitions Gen 8 will not change in a car. They're also temperature sensitive, meaning they will get darker when it's 85 and below than they will when it's 95 and above. And I remind everyone, when it's 100 degrees outside, you're miserable, they're miserable. Nobody works 100% when it's 100 degrees outside. We all work much better when it cools off. Having said that, the Photofusion Extra Grey are designed for extra active people who spend extra amounts of time outside. And they will get darker in hotter weather. Now, if you have any questions, go to the Contact Me page of the website. You can... or you can email me directly at freeprescriptionlenses@gmail.com. You can also leave a question in the comment section as well. If you're on the website, scroll down, sign up for our email newsletter. Pretty soon I'm going to be letting people know about some specials or promotions we have going on. Bob, I cannot thank Bob since 1981. I cannot thank you enough for your repeat purchases. This is about the 4th or 5th pair you've gotten from me in the last couple of years. Not even that, year and a half, has it? So, thank you for your support and continued support for buying from the guy who gives you the lenses for free. Of course, you just pay for any add-ons. Again, this frame normally at the time of the purchase sold for $156. I think it sells for $161 or $163 now. No charge for your lenses. The Photofusion Extra Grey adds $129. The Duravision Platinum, the finest of all the anti-glares from Zeiss, adds $99 for a total of $384. I'll have a link in the description below, not only for this frame, but for the Photofusion lenses and for all the different anti-glare coatings from Zeiss. But Bob, since 1981, your buddy who's the hardest in Manford. Thank you for watching, and now hopefully everyone else has got a chance to see how I bring that loving feeling back to glasses. Thank you.